What is going on? I hope y'all having a fantastic Saturday, a fantastic day. So, here we go. I wanted to quickly talk to you guys about what's going on right now in the car sharing space, exotic car space, and if you're already wondering what it will take to get the business out the basically slump that we're experiencing right now. What do I mean by slump that we're experiencing? Well, let me turn around so you can see me talk about the slump. Well, the slump really has got everything to do with the fact that a lot of people don't understand the dynamics of the car sharing business, right? They don't understand the dynamics because they don't want to understand the dynamic. What if I told you that now is probably a good time to maybe acquire some vehicles? Um, what would you think? Would you think maybe that I'm making stuff up? Now may be a good time to acquire some vehicles. I'm not saying this because I just like talking. I'm just saying it because I think now is a good time to acquire some vehicles. And let me tell you why. First, it's a holiday. It's like a summer holiday. A lot of people want to like chill during the summer. They want to get out there and they want to prove that they're buying stuff. They want to get out there and prove that they can actually make money by having fun. Does that make sense? Yeah, it makes sense. You can make money by having fun, but making money sometimes is not what it's cracked up to be. And I've told a lot of people about this before. I've also made it where you can actually have a way to understand exactly what it is you're trying to do. Like, for example, if you're trying to say, hey, I want to be able to do X, Y, Z. I want to be able to come online. I want to be able to do things. Um, you could do what it is that you're thinking that you could do, but sometimes it's not exactly what you think um, that you want to do. Okay, and the reason I say that is there has to be some kind of synchronized experience with doing things like that, right? What are you synchronizing? Is it that you're synchronizing the fact that you can make money online? Is it synchronizing the fact that you can send your car out there and hope everybody can just like literally just like get the car going? Or is it one of those situations where you think for a fact that your car business is seeing immense growth, and because it's seeing immense growth, you stand within the crossroad, to actually see this stuff. I don't know. You tell me what you think, right? So we're live right now. We're talking about the car sharing industry, and we're basically coming online and say, hey, a lot of things are happening right now. Now it's probably a good time for you to look at your strategy when it comes to car sharing, right? Look at your strategy and analyze that strategy and say, hey, is this the right strategy for me? Am I car sharing the right way? Or am I just sitting around and hoping some miracle happens when it comes to car sharing? I don't know. So that's what I want to talk about a little bit today. Is talk about car sharing, talk about the opportunities that have been existing with car sharing, and talk about how you, as a car sharer, can actually start taking full advantage of these opportunities to increase your revenue stream, or to increase how it is that you think you're going to be making some of these adjustments within your car sharing space. Now, what I do sometimes is I share some of the strategies that I've been using. So you got to clean your cars. You got to clean them, and they got to be very clean. Because if they're not clean, you're not going to be able to get exactly what you're looking to get. Okay. And when I say you're not going to be able to get what it is you're looking to get, what I'm referring to is you want to be able to make the most profit per car that you turn around, right? You want to be able to make the most profit. So, but how are you going to make the most profit if the cars that you're actually using to make profits are dirty? You're not cleaning them right. You're not cleaning those cars right. You're not taking advantage of opportunities to actually say, hey, I'm going to clean cars right, and I'm going to make sure that the cars are ready to go. If they're expensive cars like some of these suicide door cars that have doors that you can open, fine. If they're just regular cars that you can say, hey, look, I know I can make a little bit of money off of this car because I've rented it out before. I have cleaning supplies. I can protect the car, the glass, and I can appropriately price the car to get exactly what I want to get out of the car. If you can do that, that's fine. But let me tell you something. When it comes to this car arbitrage, I've also told people that you can actually make a lot of money when you actually learn how to buy cars cheap and sell the same cars over in the car sharing market. You can do that, and you can do it fairly cheaply depending on exactly what it is that you think you're trying to do. Now, what it is you're trying to do may be the difference between, hey, I'm trying to sell some cars versus I'm trying to use cars that I've already gotten before, and I know these cars are highly sought after. And because they're highly sought after, what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to try to make money from one car and I'm going to sell it to the right folks. Okay. Now, I will tell you this, you got to have a top-notch strategy when you start doing things like that, because car sharing isn't easy. Car sharing isn't for everybody, but car share can be very profitable. So I'm going to be leaving a link somewhere in the description below that you can download the true and tried methods that I've utilized to show people how to do car sharing. Car sharing is not for everybody, obviously. Car sharing can be good if you understand what car sharing is about. It can lead you to build networks, and these networks can be profitable in the short to mid terms. For example, I just went to the BMW Ultimate Driving Experience a couple of weeks ago, and that was a great experience. I had to drive the new BMWs that coming on the line, and after I drove that car, I got immediately put on the list, and that list led people to start visiting and turn and tell me about the new cars that BMW have. Okay, some of these exotic cars that I've owned, that I've been driving, it's kind of the same way that you do it. You got to build a network. Your entrepreneur network is as big and it's as good as how you're building it. And you got to be very, very upfront when it comes time to things like that's where you're trying to build a network that you can sustain. But sustaining a network isn't an easy thing, especially if you're new to the game, right? What I mean by that is you may be new to the game, but it doesn't necessarily mean that just because you're new to the game that you're not going to know exactly what to do when it comes time to make the move. Okay, a lot of people don't have a purpose, but I'm trying to tell you right now that you can have a purpose when it comes to car sharing. You can have a purpose when it comes to exotic car hacking. You can have a purpose when it comes to figuring out how to make 1 plus 1 equals 3. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you right now, I've been talking about this for quite a while, and a lot of people are sleeping on some of these opportunities that exist within the car sharing space. And when you come to the car sharing space, I want you to be open to opportunities. I want you to be open to the fact that you can buy a car cheap and you can buy the car, you can hold the car, and then you can sell the car at an appropriate time for huge profits. But again, you have to understand the market dynamics within the car sharing space. And this market dynamics can change quite often to the detriment of folks that are not paying attention. That's why you got to pay attention when it comes to car sharing. You got to pay attention when it comes to the market conditions that are going to be apparent, but at the same time, very hidden. I will tell you right now that the car dealerships are getting rid of cars. They're getting rid of exotic cars, kind of like this. And these exotic cars are for select individuals that have probably seen cars like this on the market, but they're thinking to themselves, how can I afford a car of this nature? Are these the kind of cars that are good to own? And if these are the cars that are good to own, how can I make sure that these cars are going to stay relevant and they're not too distant future? Am I a car enthusiast? If I'm a car enthusiast, what is it about cars that makes me want to own more and more and more and more? And what is it about the cars that make me want to share and share and share and share and share the experiences, such as the ultimate driving experience that I just went to, where I had to drive on a track, driving the best new BMW cars, and now I'm on the BMW list, and they're calling me and they wanted me to come see more cars. That's what you got to do. You got to be part of the network. You got to share, and you got to say, hey, look, I'm ready for more. I'm ready to make sure that I could maybe drive a Porsche just like that, or I could drive a Lamborghini just like that, but I don't really need to own it right off the bat, right? I'm gonna build my network, and my network is gonna allow me to have access to people, and these are the people that I'm gonna keep networking with, because when I network, I build my profile. And when I build my profile, I build my stature. And when you build your stature, the sky is the limit. So you got to understand that the sky being the limit does not necessarily mean that you're going to sit down and not do anything. You got to be productive. You got to be acting. You got to say, hey, look, this is what I want to do right now. This is what I want to do because I want to do this because I like cars. I want to do this because without cars, I'm not going to be able to do anything. But without cars, you can do a whole bunch. One way you can do that is to look at this book right here. It's called The Secret Sauce Behind Podcasting. Okay? Check out that book. And also check out the book that I'm also featuring right now. It's called the ensuing recession. Okay, a lot of people say we're not in a recession. Cars are going to come down in prices. Well, they may not come down in prices. You know why cars are not going to come down in prices? Because the production of cars is not going to stop. And why is the production of cars not going to stop? Because the demand for cars are not going to stop. And because the demand and production for cars are not going to stop, I don't anticipate cars to come down anytime soon. The prices of these cars are going to continue to be high because there's a demand for these cars. And when you have demand and when you have supply, there's going to be something that cuts in the middle. Okay? Is there going to be an equilibrium price where you can say, I can buy as many cars as I want, or I can buy as less cars as I want? I don't know. I can't give you that answer. But what I can tell you that if you keep waiting for the bottom up for the car industry, you might not even see that bottom. It may never bottom. And if it doesn't bottom, who do you have to blame? Do you have to blame yourself or do you have to blame somebody else? I don't know. So that's why I'm coming online right now and I'm getting on this live and I'm saying alert, 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 alert. This alert is just to scare you. This alert is to say, hey, I'm live right now and I'm talking to a bunch of people. And oh, by the way, if you haven't already smashed the like button, I recommend you smash the like button right now. Right now, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and smash the like button. 1, 2, 3. Smash the like button. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and smash that like button. And what I'm going to tell you right now, you need to grab a piece of paper and a pen. Grab a piece of paper and a pen. The reason you need to grab a piece of paper and a pen right now is because you have to understand that the car industry doesn't wait for anybody. The car industry doesn't wait for people that are thinking that they're just going to wake up one morning and things are just going to show up. They're going to have a Lamborghini, they're going to have a Porsche, or they're going to have a Ferrari for that matter. Okay, or they're gonna have a Lamborghini, or they're gonna have a car with a suicide door. They're gonna be able to just make it out of the blue. That's not how it works. And that's why I'm here to tell you right now that the first thing you need to do, you need to have a purpose. What do I mean by a purpose? Hey, I want to be able to flip this magazine right here, and I want to be able to buy any car that's in that magazine. Can you do that? Well, you could. It's depending on how you start out. Everybody doesn't start out the same way, just like everybody isn't given a silver spoon, right? You've heard the saying that people say, hey, I was born with a silver spoon, and because I was not born with a silver spoon, I cannot do certain things. Don't hold yourself back when it comes to car sharing. Do not hold yourself back. Yes, you may not have been born with a silver spoon, but you can create your own silver spoon. How do you do that? It's by having a purpose. So have that purpose. That's number one. Number two, I recommend that you also have a game plan. What do I mean by a game plan? It means you can take that purpose and you can turn it into a plan. And how do you do that? You do that by doing step-by-step analysis of what it is your purpose is. Can you answer the question about why it is that you think you can be successful in car sharing? Why is it that you think you can be successful in business? Why are you an enthusiast, but can you turn that enthusiasm into something positive? Well, to turn that something into positive, you have to create what I call a plan, a step-by-step plan. And what I'm doing right now too, I'll be leaving a link somewhere in the description for select individuals that want to get coached, right? If you want to be a coach or you want to be coached for that matter, I'm going to leave a link later on, maybe somewhere in the chat. I can put a link and you can click that link. It's going to take you to a site where you can sign up for my coaching program where I teach you the step-by-step plans that's going to take your purpose if you're an enthusiast and bring it to life with a plan. Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to come online and go live a little bit and do some chat and tell folks, hey, look, the car industry is changing, but for select individuals that are willing and able to take full advantage of the changes that are happening in the car industry, there are more things in stock for those kind of individuals. So right now, I need you to go ahead and hit a like button, subscribe to the Carshierge YouTube channel if you haven't already done so, and send me a link with a question or send me a chat, message me, and I'm gonna respond to your messages. Okay. Until next time, this is Carshierge. Make sure you subscribe. All right. So I'm stopping for now, and I'm gonna be linking up with you guys at another live.